to our 54th Ask Family interview. I can't believe it's 54. Our guest today is Nadine, and she is going to join in just. So get your questions ready. You can type them in. Of course, we also have questions planned. Hello, Nadine. How are you?
Hi, Suzanne. I'm good. How are you?
Good. We're so glad for you to join us for our 54th Ask Family interview.
That's wild.
Unbelievable. Seriously. Well, we appreciate you being our guest today. And of course, we have some questions planned for you. But I'll check through the chat and we'll answer any questions that anyone asks live also.
Sounds great.
Awesome. Well, let's get started with our favorite question, which is, when and how did you start the Tracy Anderson method?
Okay, I started in January of 2014. And at the time, I was always like relatively thin. If I gained some weight, I just would watch my diet. It would, I would lose it. But I realized at a certain point that even though my weight was the same, I wasn't looking the same as I was getting older. It was starting to, find different spots. And I thought maybe I should start exercising. So I started with the Beachbody tapes. They must have been laying around the house or something. And I did that for maybe 3 months, and I started kind of bulking up. And at the time, Gwyneth Paltrow was promoting I don't know what movie it was, but she was promoting a movie, and she was all over the magazines. She looked fantastic. And she kept talking about the Tracy Anderson method. So that's what made me give it a try. And I started just with DVDs on Amazon, whatever was on it. I think the very first thing I did was I bought that book, the 30-Day Method. And that if you read it, you learn the method. So every 2 weeks I would buy another DVD, and then I got to the Meta program. And I'm glute-centric. That's, without a doubt, that's what I am. So I did that. And I'd say 4 months into continuity, Tracy started her streaming program. But I waited I waited a year. I did continuity for the full first year, and then I went to streaming. So I started streaming July of 2015, and here I am.
Excellent. That's very close to the beginning of streaming. So I know you're one of the ones I watched for a while before I started streaming.
She started when she did her streaming program. She had an Instagram contest, and I wasn't streaming, so I couldn't be in the contest, but I posted my videos, and so I've been posting a long time, which is crazy.
Yep, it is. So with streaming, do you always do the advanced class at this point?
I do. I would say, every now and then I might throw a fundamental in, but years ago, her Attain, I think, was the fundamental, and I just scared if I stop and do fundamental, I won't be able to get back to Attain again. So that's usually what kind of keeps me on the Attain path. But
yeah. And I know you're, very consistent and love seeing your posts and everything. Do you also have dance cardio as part of your regular routine?
Not that much these days. When I was doing just the DVDs and the Meta continuity, because the workouts were maybe 30 minutes, I always did the dance cardio. I had a DVD called Dance Plus Cardio, which is still out there. It's 2 30-minute low-impact dances, and I would pick, and 6 days a week. But once streaming started, it's longer. So,
right.
And I like the mat work.
Yeah, and definitely a complete workout. So,
but I feel because there's so many cardio options, I feel I should be doing something, even if it's the 15-minute,
Yeah. It always makes me feel better, though, to find people that don't do the dance cardio, because I don't either.
I think you have to have a talent for it, Yeah. I'll learn dances, and I'll dance the heck out of it, but if I stop for 3 days, I won't remember it. It just goes away.
There's some Tamily members that are amazing at that.
Yep.
I would never be there. So what made you choose the Tracy Anderson method versus other fitness methods?
Definitely Gwyneth Paltrow. And I just think I like the fact that Gwyneth said it was hard. Like, she really, you had to do the work. And I think the minute I saw one of Tracy's DVDs, I was like, she moves so beautifully. And I love the fact that she does the workout with us.
Yeah.
You know, Tracy's not, does like 3 things and stops and tells us, keep going, I just love that. You feel like you have your personal trainer.
Exactly, definitely.
But I think I was just lucky for whatever reason. I guess it was meant to be. I'll order a DVD. This is what I'll order, and it worked out for me.
So, since you started, what kind of results have you seen personally?
Well, I feel my sides have just kind of like gotten sucked in. I think I was doing Tracy for maybe 3 months, and I was talking to my husband, and I put my hands on my waist just to prove a point, and I was like, oh my gosh, like, that doesn't feel like me. He's like, kind of sucked me all in, like where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah.
The muscle tone, just, I just feel like I stand straighter. So it works. I mean, it definitely, if you put the time in, it works.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. So especially since you've been posting for a very long time, who in the Tamily inspires you?
Definitely Loretta. If I have, if there's a move I'm not sure of, I look at Loretta. Usually. Caddy Nazer, we're good friends, so I like to see her in her laundry room.
Yeah.
I love to see what Aggie's wearing every day. Her clothes. Gipper Smith, she's got her dog Percy. I like seeing Percy. Quiet Fit Life.
Okay.
Yoga as well. Yeah. Monica Whispers. There's tons of them. Jillian Yima from South Africa.
Yeah, definitely. The community is unbelievable and continues to grow.
Absolutely. I mean, any time of the day, if you're not motivated, like, someone's done the workout. You can just pull up Instagram and, okay, I guess I better do it.
So that kind of goes into my next question I was going to ask. Like, how do you stay so motivated to be so consistent?
I make it a routine. Like, I don't think about it. I like to work out as soon as I wake up. Which is when I started, I was driving my kids to school. So I liked to be done before I had to do the carpool.
Yeah.
And to this day, like, if it's not done early, I will tend to procrastinate. And it's just, get it done, and I don't think about it. If you start thinking about it, oh, there's that third move, I don't really want to do that. So you just put play on and just start.
Yeah, that's what you gotta do. It's just press play. I'm the worst for that. I work out at like 11:30 at night.
I don't know how you ladies do that. I think that's remarkable.
It's crazy.
Like, all pumped up, or you're just exhausted?
Sometimes that happens, but usually the workout's exhausting enough that I can just go to sleep anytime.
Okay.
Have you ever met Tracy?
I have met her, not for a while. I saw her in 2015 in the old Tribeca studio.
Oh.
And then I think maybe, it was 2 summers ago or 3 summers ago in the Hamptons. She was having Melody and Caddy, and who lives in Canada. She had come into New York with her daughter, who's the same age as my daughter, and we were like, well, let's do a Hamptons trip. So we saw her then as well.
Oh, that's awesome.
Beautiful. I mean, she's just breathtaking.
Yeah. Did you get to talk to her at all?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
She met our daughters. It was, yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
She's very sweet woman.
Well, now we know the answer to this. this, but have you ever been to a Vitality Week or a studio?
I was at a Vitality at the Old Tribeca in October of 2015, and since then, both of my kids have gone to college, so the funds have not been there. But I'm hoping for the Hamptons next summer. I would love to do the Hamptons. I've been to the 59th Street Studio, and I did a band's class in the Watermill Studio. And if anyone's ever been, there's no showers, so just keep that in mind. Like when you see the streaming, that's the whole studio. Like that's it. Yeah. Patty and I thought there were going to be showers, and we were like, "Whoa!" Yeah, it's a good atmosphere though.
Yeah, definitely. How does the new 59th Street, which I guess it's not that new now, but how does 59th Street compare to the other studios in your opinion?
It's beautiful. I haven't been to all of them, but I mean, there's like 6 showers, there's blow dryers. I mean, locker rooms. I think there's 2 studios, but I've only seen one. I don't know what the other one is. Yeah, I mean, they're all kind of small. Like when you kind of think they're going to be a little bigger, but they're not. But it's the atmospheres, and then you see the trainers and all the streamers walking like, we're here. They all have that look on her face.
Yes. Yeah, it's a little different than regular members. What would be your advice to someone that's new to the method and new to the Tamily?
Be consistent and don't expect changes immediately. You have to put in the work. And I used to mark my calendar. Like I used to just kind of keep track. And there's always that day that you're not going to want to do your workout, but you have to kind of decide, well, like, am I just really sick? Like, am I not feeling good where maybe I shouldn't? Or is it more a mental thing? And if it's a mental thing, you have to do it, or you're not going to see the results.
Right. It really is about the consistency.
Think about whatever pair of jeans you want to wear or whatever, but you have to do the work. And you have to, like, kind of fudge it either. You have to do it.
Yeah, you have to perform, like Tracy says. Yeah. Just going through the motions doesn't get you results.
Right.
What would be your advice to someone that's not new to the method, but they're not currently feeling motivated?
Well, probably the same thing. Like, I honestly, I think if you think too much about it, if you kind of get inside your head, like, you can think of a million other things you probably should be doing, maybe, but if you really want the results, then you have to do the workout. So pull Instagram up and, it definitely helps if you just kind of follow somebody and, maybe they've done their workout or maybe, you need to find some sort of inspiration, whatever it is, but you have to do the work,
Yeah. And there's so many in the community now. I mean, all over the world, doing out at all different times. Like, there's someone there for you to look at.
Yeah. Or just, as I said, like, just say, well, maybe I'll just do the arms. But once you're doing the arms, like you're into,
Yeah. That helps a lot. Sometimes I even tell myself, I'll just do arms, or I'll just do the first half of legs, and then I'm like, well, let me just finish the whole thing.
Do the whole thing.
Yeah, it's just silly though because you're overthinking. Like, just don't think about it. Just do it.
Right. Yeah. Tracy says it's like brushing your teeth. Like, do you think about brushing your teeth? Like, you just do it. So.
Yeah, you wouldn't think like, gosh, I really don't want to brush my teeth today. Like, you just know you're gonna do that.
Do it.
Yeah. What is something that you've personally learned from Tracy?
That I can't look like anybody but me, which I think, she always says you have to be your best you, and I think that is the one thing that's always stuck, because you're always going to pull open a magazine and, I would love to have her long legs or whatever. And, Tracy can make you your best you, but she can't give us J-Lo's, look or any of that.
Right.
I don't know. That's something I always, you can't compare yourself. Although it's hard not to sometimes you can.
Yeah, yeah. But that's such a good point because so many people in fitness will say, like, you do this workout to get this person's butt, get this person's legs, like, and you're totally right. Like,
Yeah. You can't unless you have like that exact body type. You know. Yeah.
exactly, exactly. Like that's really what sets Tracy apart so much. Especially because I mean she's just so truthful. Like you have to really do the work, you have to really perform, and you're not going to look like whatever celebrity, but you're going to be your best you.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. What is your favorite thing about the method?
Being done when you finish. The community, definitely the community. I mean,
Yeah.
I've always said most of us who are streaming, I know for me, most of us are introverts. There's a reason why we're alone, or like either I really a gym. I really.
Right.
But most of us are kind of introverted, so it is nice to actually have somewhere to find other people, and maybe you're behind a computer or something, but there are people that you can kind of share your ideas with and kind of bounce things off of. But the community is fantastic.
Yeah, it's amazing to like connect with people that we have this thing in common with, but everyone is so different. I mean,
all over the world. I mean,
yeah. Like to think we have friends in countries we've never been to, like
we can do that anywhere, right?
Yeah, yeah. Exactly. I'm like, I know I can go to France and Italy and just Instagram someone and say, "Do you want to get together?" Like, it's so crazy, but so wonderful.
Yeah.
And really
meet somebody, you're kind of like living inside your Instagram bubble. It's kind of your Instagram has come to life.
Right.
So nice.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Why is your workout personally important to you?
I think it kind of sets the tone. Since I do it first thing in the morning, it kind of sets the tone for the day. I kind of feel like I've done something good for myself, and it puts me in a positive spin for the day. And you do kind of go through the day. Well, I just did my workout. Like maybe I should make better eating choices. But it sets the tone for the day for me.
That's true. That's a really good point. I always struggle with that. I'm sure the morning workout is better. And there's always these great points about it. What do your friends and family think of the Tracy Anderson method?
Well, I think at the start, I think they thought I was a bit crazy because I was like, Tracy this, Tracy that, Tracy says this. But I think because I've stayed so consistent over the years and they see that, like it's been a positive, I think they just, she's just part of the family. She doesn't come to family dinners, but she's part of the family.
Yeah, they know who she is.
And my husband appreciates the fact that she's given me a nice rear. Years ago, wow. Like, I thank Tracy.
Right. So you really are glute-centric.
The husband's like her.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. My husband will say, whatever's best for your workout. I'm like, you're so silly.
They put up with the heat, the humidity.
Exactly. So we have a question coming into the chat from Tam Nation, which is, what is your favorite move?
This week?
Any week.
There's a move this week. It was fun. It looks really intimidating where you're like rolling on your back, and then you do like a leg lift, and then like two. I mean, I can't.
Yeah.
But there's a crazy one this week, and I thought this whole week was going to be so overwhelming, but it's not. Like it just everything just kind of goes together. But I do like the moves that have a couple different parts. I find that I've gotten used to them. that when it's just fundamental, I kind of think that there should be something else going on.
Yeah, you're definitely advanced. I think Tracy posted the move that you're talking about, and I was like, how many parts is that? Like, I'm totally IMC.
You know what? Lashana did the breakdown, and she did a great breakdown on that move. She gave lots to think about. She explained which leg you move up. Like, her breakdown this week was phenomenal. I don't know if I hadn't seen the breakdown, I think it would have been a little more difficult, but she kind of knew which one to kind of be. But it's fun.
Yeah, Lashana's amazing. She's definitely one of the best trainers. I mean, they're all amazing, but I really like her.
Yeah, they all have their different personalities, which is fun also.
Yeah, and it's so cool to see them, like, different ones doing the breakdowns, different classes with Tracy. Like, yeah, I never would have thought that I would, like, think the trainers could do the workout as good as Tracy can. Like, I thought, you know, going to a studio, I'd be really disappointed, like, if Tracy wasn't doing the class.
Right.
Instead, like, you get a whole nother perspective, and they are all so amazing at this method. Yeah. So our next question for you is, where do you live and what do you do?
I live in New Jersey, in the middle of the state. I guess the beach is about 45 minutes south, and the city, New York City, is about 45 minutes north.
That's awesome.
And I've been saying lately that I'm a stay-at-home mom in retirement because my kids.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I worked until my oldest was maybe 4.
Okay.
Administrative work, and then I quit, and I never looked back. I was the PTA mom. I held different positions on all the boards, and then I was the hockey mom, the basketball mom, the carpool mom, which I love. And now this is the first summer where neither of them are home. My son finally graduated college.
Wow.
Has a job, but it's out of state. And my daughter is on an internship in Florida for the summer. So, yeah, I'm an empty nester, so I need to find something to do in my retirement, I guess.
Right, that is a big change from everything with the kids.
It is.
Especially in the summer, having them not there.
I know. The house is so quiet.
Are you going to go visit your daughter in Florida while she's there?
She should be home in a few weeks. I down with her, so her kind of get all set up and everything. But she's having, a ball. Like, I don't think she wants mom around. So, mom, stay home for now and let her do her thing.
Yeah, they have to grow up, I guess. We have a couple more questions for you in the chat. Nicole says, what is one thing you are deeply proud of in your life?
That I raised 2 children and got them into college. I think that I raised kids with good hearts and are following their path. So, proud of that.
That's a pretty big deal.
Yeah. It's kind of a relief, too.
Oh, absolutely. My goodness, right? Like, you got them off on a good start. Tam Nation has another question. What would be your dream holiday?
Probably a Vitality Week in the Hamptons. Yeah.
That's definitely true.
Has to include the beach, and it would, so that would definitely be, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me double check if there's any other questions in the chat. We've got a lot of smiley faces and hearts. Everyone is loving your interview. I think I got all the questions, though. So any other questions, please type them in. We also wanted to ask, how does your workout fit into your life? How do you make it part of your regular life?
Yeah, I wake up and do it. I mean, I really don't think about it anymore. It's just kind of, in the evening, I select whatever I'm gonna wear the next. I always pull that out, And sometimes it takes me a while to kind of figure out. I like to wear different colors on different days. So if I wore pink, like one day, like I wore pink leggings today, so you probably won't see me in pink for 4 days. And then you gotta find it. I make a big deal out of it. But yeah, I'll set my clothes up at night, and then in the morning, I just kind of, you know, get out of bed and grab my clothes. And I always drink a packet of the emergency, the powder. I have that while I'm working out.
Okay.
Sometimes water, sometimes an herbal tea as well. It depends, but I like to finish up as my husband's waking up, because usually at the end of the workout he'll be brewing coffee, so I'll be smelling that. I'm like, yeah.
That's a good routine. We got a couple more questions in the chat. This is also from Tam Nation. What can you recommend to Tam Nation to be better?
I don't know. They're pretty good. I mean, I have been following them to be better. Let's see. Maybe just repost like other people's workouts, although I know they do. They do. I'm not sure. I mean, I don't know. You got me there. And maybe just
good. They're on the
come up with like a different question every day, and if get people's perspective on what time do you work out, or favorite leggings, just like funny stuff. Just
yeah, exactly. Yeah, definitely. I love it when they repost stuff though, especially if it's someone I'm not following. Then I'm like, oh, I gotta follow that person. Like,
there's so many people. It's
crazy. Like, you would never think that this group of people is so enormous, but yeah, it's awesome. Let's see. Change Girl 64, whose name is Tracy. I hate to say it's Tracy. Yeah. I think it's Tracy Anderson, but it's not. She says, "Are you enjoying the new Attain this week?"
I am. I did not like the class last week. I know I mentioned it on my Instagram, and I don't really like saying that, because Tracy puts her heart and soul into every workout, and you can't like all of them. It's normal. But, and I think she even said at the end, like, people may not, it was like you're going back to the bar, the ballet bar. And I said I was hoping for a brain twister. But, oh my God, like, when I saw this class, I was like, oh, man. But it's actually really fun. It looks intimidating, because you're spinning and turning and, but it actually, I don't know, it isn't as hard as it looks. Even though kind of know what you're doing. I think it's fun.
You're kind of making me want to try it, and I haven't done it forever.
Watch the breakdown, watch Lashana, but you would love it.
Yeah, it sounds cool. Especially because to me, some of those brain twister moves, it's not like physical strength that you need to do it. Figuring it out in your mind, and of course you're burning calories, but it's not really like it's way harder physically,
Well, she has there's one move where she calls it the splat move, where you're like in a push-up, and that's the hardest one for me. That's hard for me, but not because I don't know which way to turn. It's just that's the hardest one for me. But yeah, you should try it.
We'll see. Maybe I'll try a couple moves of it today. We have another question from Nicole. She said, "Your skin is so radiantly beautiful. Do you have any favorite go-to beauty products?"
I'm wearing Active Argon right now.
Okay.
Which is by Morgan Sheck. I've been using that for quite a while, and my daughter, who's 19, and girls, it's all about Sephora and name brands. And when I told her, she has dry skin, and I said, well, you should use Morgan's Active Argon, and she looks at me like, you use it, why would I want to use it? That's just a teenager. She loves it. I cannot keep enough of that in the house. It's the all over body drops, but you can use it on your face, you use it everywhere. It's remarkable. So that's what I use.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about it from different people in the Tamily for sure. Sounds like I may need to try that.
And I have a tan. That always helps.
Oh, that's true.
That helps.
Okay, we have a lot of beautiful compliments for you. You have a beautiful smile. Such a good discussion. Okay, I don't think there's any more questions in the chat. Who would you like to see us interview in future interviews?
I think Gipper Smith would be fun.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Caddy Nazar, and maybe the Quiet Fit Life, because yeah, she might be interesting.
Yeah, she would be interesting. I'm always amazed by her yoga poses.
Oh, I know, and she has that beautiful deck that she works out.
Yeah, those are good suggestions. We will definitely reach out to them and see if they're willing to be interviewed, and we'll keep these going for as long as we possibly can. So while you have this audience with the Tamily, what else would you like to share with them?
Well, I'd like to thank all my followers for following me, because I love when people say I inspire them, but truthfully, they inspire me. I post for two reasons. I do like when people say that I inspire them. It makes me feel good that maybe I'm helping somebody, but it also gives me accountability. It's another reason, to post. It's like, well, if I don't work out, then I won't be doing my posting, and so it's accountability. And even if you don't want to post, it helps to film yourself, because you might think you're doing a move correctly, and then when you see yourself, you'll be like, oh, So it does help to film, even if you don't want to post.
Definitely. So how long was it that you were doing the method before you actually started posting?
Let me think. Okay, well, I started the method in January of 2014. Probably a year. I'm going to say a year, because Tracy started the streaming almost a year later. So maybe I don't know, 8 months maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that seems...
My first videos are hysterical.
That's definitely one thing that, people are apprehensive about or think that our community is weird, because we post workout videos of ourselves. But what would you say to someone who, a lot of new people especially watch the Ask Tamily interviews, if they haven't started posting yet and they're thinking about it, what would you want to say to them?
Well, the Tamily is very supportive. So if you're self-conscious, you'll be surprised by how much support you get. And that will keep you going. So, maybe practice filming, kind of get your angle. Everyone has a different space that they work out in, and, what they record on. So find your angle, find what's comfortable for you, and give it a shot, because everyone is very supportive. You're not going to, get anybody saying anything negative. Always very positive.
Yeah, that's what's interesting really about this group, because people are never like, oh, you're doing that move wrong, or you don't get that kind of critique. It's all very uplifting.
I think anyone who does it knows it's hard work. So
right. Yeah, like they're not there to criticize anyone.
Right.
They're there to lift people up and encourage them, and that's so unusual for an internet community.
And I think that's part of Tracy Anderson, because that's what she gives out, is to be supportive, to love one another, and so I think if we feed off of that.
Exactly. It's really like the culture of the Tracy Anderson method. Okay, we have another question in the chat. This is from Nicole also. Do you use heat and humidity during your workout?
I do. It's not the best setup. I've been to the studio, and it's nothing like the studio. But I have, and it's really close to me. You don't see it in my posts, but the equipment is really close to me. I just have a Sunbeam humidifier I fill it up with water. And I've had that for years. I run that, and then I have one of those electric fireplaces. They look like an electric, and it's a heater, and that's to the left of me.
Okay.
And that's why I section off the basement with those sheets, just to keep it contained.
Yeah, exactly.
Works better in the summer. In the winter, it's, you know, it's
Yeah.
better not having it, but it's
Right.
no studio.
Yeah, the studio is ridiculous. I was checking for another question, but I think that we got all of the questions in the chat. Oh wait, okay. Cassie wanted to ask you about dance cardio. She said, "I apologize if you already answered this, but do you do any dance cardio?"
Not currently. I had said before that there's so much on streaming that I kind of feel guilty that I don't. Something maybe in the fall I'll start, but you know what? I'll do it for maybe a month, and then something will happen, and I won't, and I don't.
Well, especially if you're always doing the hour-long advanced class, and you work out 6 days a week.
6 days a week, yes.
Yeah.
Sundays I don't do anything. But I mean, I also feel, if I was doing beginners, I would definitely do 30 minutes DC. Definitely. I don't know about fundamental. I guess it would depend on what kind of class it was. But I feel like, especially this week, like we're kind of dancing anyway in the Attain class. So
yeah, I felt like even IMC in the arms was a little bit of dance cardio too. I was like,
it seems to be like incorporated in the arms. Fun.
A lot of foot moves were happening. I'm like, this is really not my forte, especially when I'm live streaming it.
Do you ever wonder how the women in the studio keep up with her?
It's unbelievable.
Wait, like how do you know she's gonna?
yeah, they're amazing. They're amazing.
I would be like, what?
Okay, we have another question in the chat. Do you have a favorite workout outfit that makes you feel amazing when you put it on?
Definitely. And it depends on like what I bought, but I love. I won them in Aggie's contest for the bottom, the blue. They're like blue leggings with like hearts on them.
Okay.
I love anything new by Fit Mama, like whatever I have currently that's new. I love. And it's usually a bright color. I find that kind of cheers me up.
Yeah, you do wear a lot of bright colors.
Yeah.
I always notice that.
When I started, I used to just wear black. I was like, well, I'm only in my basement.
Right.
Yeah. Or something crazy.
The bright colors make it fun.
Yeah.
Well, I think that all of our questions in the chat, and I think that was all of our planned questions for you. So we want to thank you for being our 54th Ask Tamily interview.
Having me. It was fun.
Yeah, definitely. It's just a little chat about the Tamily and Tracy Anderson. Who doesn't want to do that every single day? Well, thank you so much, Nadine. We really appreciate it.
Okay.
I've been watching you since before I started posting, so it's been really, really cool to get to know you a little bit more.
Oh, well, thank you. Thanks for having me. Enjoy the
Yes, have a great weekend. Bye, Tamily. Thank you for watching.
Bye.